Let's make the ping pong ball shooter. There's a template, 3 pieces. This one does not have the rubber bands strung on it. You won't be able to do that at school. I've got the template laying on top of a piece of 3/4 inch plywood, veneer core, so it will be strong enough. And I'm simply going to trace around it. I'm right up near the corner here. We don't have any corners that match up perfectly though, but we're up close so that we can save as much material as possible for somebody who might need a piece of 3/4 inch later. I also want to make sure I mark all these holes. Like that. Using a piece of 1/4 inch plywood, we're going to set this right to the corner. Flush here, flush along this edge, and now I can trace this. There's less cutting when you do this. You always know that you've got more material left when you're done as well. There's a couple of holes on here that'll help you set up, but these 3 are the most important ones. This last piece is done on a piece of solid. I'm going to take the template and lay it this direction right at the top corner and just trace along here. The teacher can help you with this one, and this is going to just be a sharp point like this. Then I need to turn it this way and trace it again to get these various details. I know my fingers are always in the way when I do this. I'm trying not to have them there, but that's where they end up, in the way. And then this one I just want to dot in the center, because this is going to be a place that we're going to end up drilling. And these are going to be slots put in that go all the way down there and here. So I have enough tracing there to cut that out. And this is one the teacher will do for you because it's a little harder. And as with all projects, we want to put the templates back together and put them away before anything gets lost. So that can hang up on the shelf. If you're in 7th or 8th grade, you can come to the bandsaw and cut that piece off. And if you want, you can also do these cuts if you're careful. Now we have to back out carefully. One trick is to go ahead and hit the brake and then back out and then restart the machine. Come this direction. Now I'm going to do another one of those. These nice long straights are best done on a bandsaw. Again, brake, pull it back. Piece over here needs to be cut straight. Brake, back out, and we have a straight cut over here that we got to do. And now I could also do this cut. Brake, back out. And brake. thing I do when I get to the scroll saw, pull the blast gate open, and then this needs to fit under. So I'm going to make sure it fits under. And now I can cut this piece. Leave the pencil lines on this one because you don't want to be too loose. You could always do a sand to fit. I'm going to turn a sharp corner. So I backed up a little bit to do that corner, and it left a little bump that I can go back and get. And also the bandsaw wasn't perfect here, but I can do the sander on that. And then this one right here, need a little bit of room. If this one is too hard for you, the teacher can do this one for you as well. Now, these right here have to be marked on this side because it's the only flat side you'll have to use. They basically help hold the rubber band in place. So I'm going to cut in. Just like that. You make a cut on both sides. And one in the middle, or two maybe, and then you can slide it back and forth like you're sanding with the teeth. Sanding, so a sanding action. I have the 1/4" drill bit set up, and I want to drill these two outside holes with that bit. Pull the blast gate, push this down close to the work. Find a blank spot underneath. I almost forgot. Find a blank spot. If you drill into the old holes, if you're off center a little bit, you can actually crack the wood on the opposite side. The veneer. That's all that's going to be done with this right now. Moving on to this one. We got to lower the table just a little bit. Yellow crank on the side. Drill in here. This is for a dowel to go across. Make sure that went through. Find a fresh spot. Hold on to it tight so it doesn't spin out of your hands. Here's another hole for a dowel. And now here's one more dowel hole, and the other three are for a hole saw, and it makes it easier for you if you pre-drill them. So one, oh, something underneath gave way. There's a void spot in the plywood right here that caused that to happen. It shouldn't be a problem because you're going to cut it away anyway. And this one, number 2. And number 3. While I'm at it, I'm going to mark. That was number 3, number 2, and number 1 that we did. Those are the ones we're going to cut out with a hole saw in just a minute. Okay, I've taken the chuck key, unlock this bit, take it out. And we have to open the jaws wide enough for this to go up in there, because it actually mounts where this paint is missing. Tighten this down. Adjust this a little bit further away. And now I'm going to cut out these 3 holes that I marked. I'm going to start by going down approximately halfway. And you got to really hold on. You see how that jerks? Go about halfway down. Drill stops like that, just turn it off and get it off of there and start again. Flip it over now and do it again here. After it stops, I insert a screwdriver in each end. Push this free. Go on to the next one. Be sure to put the screwdrivers back when you're done with them. For this one, drilling the hole is with this bit. And you want to go deep enough that a screw will fit it. I have a nail. It's probably not going to make hardly any dust, and I'm going to go through these 2 locations. The teacher can help you mark these, and I just sharpen this so it goes in nice and tight. It's going to be just big enough for a piece of wire to go through it to hold the rubber band in place. Blast gate on. I'm just going to sand up to the line. This piece, I redrew the lines on the bottom side. This one, there's a flat spot right here. Take this off, make a smaller one, and it's place, we'll put one that fits the holes. Righty-loosey on this, righty-loosey. Take this one out. This is too tight, that's pretty tight. You might get in trouble with that one. You might want to grab on. This one will have to do. And then we'll change the plate to this one. Put this back. Get this washer out. And then lefty-tighty. The most important part about this is making sure that this one's up close so you don't get your fingers in there. Switch the blast gates. This one's going to be loud. You might want some ear protection on when you do this one. But this is also one, if you are not familiar with using a router table, the teacher will help you to do this on this project. It makes it a lot more comfortable in your hand because it rounds it off a little bit. With a little bit of touch sanding, this is pretty far along now. We've got a little bit more to go. I've marked the hole on the back side here so I can drill through. And the teacher will do this part for you. I have to take and go this way with it a little bit and this way a little bit because the trigger moves up and down. It has to have clearance. Softening the edges, taking off any fuzzy spots, any sharp splinters, for example. Make it feel good in the fingers, in the hand. When this piece is done like this, it needs to fit on the front of this one, and it has to fit snug. See how nice that fits? Now I need to take that sandpaper over all of these pieces and make sure that I'm knocking off all of the splinters and bad problems that might be in the way of somebody using it, getting a splinter or whatever. This one probably needs the most because it's little stuff. Just keep going till you're all done with it. I have to make this hole just a little bit bigger because this screw should fit right through without catching. Okay, but I notice it's not deep enough. I'm going to have to go and re-drill it till it goes deep enough. That's better. Nice and I want to put a pencil in here and mark where I'm going to drill this. See the mark? Put these together like so, and now I'm going to drill it out. I'm going to take this clamp it down snug to keep the wood from splitting, and now I'm just going to screw this in. And that'll set this cross piece. Measure 1 inch. I need 2 pieces. I also want 2 of them at 1 5/8 and 1 more at 1 3/8. That should do it for all the dowels. Put a little glue on the short ones, just a little bit at the end, and I'll prep both of these holes to receive one of these dowels. Get a little spin while you put it on. Should come out flat on the bottom. Then one of these here, one of these over here. These are the 1 5/8 and the 1 3/8. What I want to do is push them through to where they are sticking out both sides approximately the same amount. They shouldn't need glue. They're in there pretty tight. As you can see, I'm having to struggle to get them to go through. And one more. In this roll of wire, I want to take a couple of pieces, make them about the same length. It's okay if they're a little long, because all we're going to do is try to make a little eyelet out of it. So we just need to curl it around a little bit so we get this kind of shape. When you close it up, it looks kind of like that. That's what we're shooting for right there. Do that again. We're going to take these pieces and force them through the holes. And then on the bottom side, we need to separate them so that they'll stay in there. What this will end up doing is holding the rubber bands in place when you shoot, so the rubber band doesn't go with the ping pong ball. Okay, we have one more thing to do. We have to put a dowel right here. 1/4 inch dowel will drill in on the drill press. First thing I need to do is install the drill bit. It's a 1/4 inch bit. Then I need to lower the table with this handle on the side until it fits. And now, try to keep the drill steady. If you have trouble with this, the teacher can help you. That's what I needed right there. We're going to put a little glue on this. Some short piece of dowel. Apply it in this hole right here. Twist it and press it down in. And we'll let that dry so it won't come loose when we go to sand the end at a slight angle.